You ever notice a woman who hasn't said a word to you, but still gives off something? She's in your orbit. She lingers, she looks, but never speaks. Most guys miss these quiet signals, but if you know what to look for, her silence says more than you think. In this video, we're diving into the 8 signs you're a real eye-catcher for girls. You definitely don't want to miss number 3. It's the one that happens in the first 10 seconds. The 8th silent sign she's into you is that she's always coincidentally around. Different days, different locations, but somehow the same woman keeps appearing in your orbit. You see her at your usual coffee shop, then at the grocery store you frequent, maybe even at that networking event you mentioned going to. Most guys write this off as pure coincidence, but here's what's actually happening. She's strategically placing herself in your path. Psychology research shows that repeated exposure increases attraction. It's called the mere exposure effect. When someone keeps showing up in your environment, especially in places they wouldn't normally be, they're creating opportunities for interaction. Think about it logically. How often do you randomly bump into the same person multiple times unless there's intention behind it? She's hoping that one of these accidental encounters will finally give you the opening to start a real conversation. The 7th sign is, she lingers when everyone else moves on. Picture this. You're at a work gathering. The group conversation ends. People start dispersing, but she's still there. Maybe she's pretending to check her phone or suddenly becomes very interested in the artwork on the wall. That hesitation isn't awkwardness, it's strategy. Here's the psychology behind this behavior. She's creating what researchers call proximity opportunities. By staying in your vicinity when others leave, she's essentially clearing the social field and giving you an unobstructed chance to approach her. Women who aren't interested make quick exits. Women who are interested find reasons to stay within your reach. Studies on social dynamics show that people unconsciously extend interactions when they're attracted to someone. She's giving the moment room to breathe, hoping you'll recognize the invitation and take it. The 6th sign is her posture shifts when you're near. You walk into a room and suddenly her spine straightens, her shoulders pull back. Maybe she tilts her chin up slightly or angles her body in your direction. These aren't conscious adjustments, they're biological responses to attraction. Research in evolutionary psychology shows that postural changes around potential mates are hardwired survival mechanisms. When a woman finds someone attractive, her body automatically displays what researchers call courtship readiness. She makes herself appear more confident, open, and physically appealing. The key detail most men miss is the timing. If her posture improves specifically when you arrive, that's not general confidence, that's attraction-based preening. Her nervous system is literally preparing her body to be more appealing to you. The 5th sign is she positions herself in your line of sight. She doesn't approach you directly, but somehow she's always just within your peripheral vision. At the office, she picks the desk where you'll see her when you look up. At social events, she gravitates to spots where you'll naturally notice her. This behavior stems from what psychologists call strategic positioning. She wants to be visible to you without appearing too forward or risking direct rejection. It's a way of signaling interest while maintaining plausible deniability. If you don't respond, she can pretend she wasn't trying to get your attention. Neuroscience research shows that we're naturally drawn to movement and presence in our visual field. By consistently placing herself where you'll see her, she's essentially hijacking your attention patterns. Your brain starts noticing her more frequently, which can increase attraction through familiarity. The 4th sign is she fixes herself instinctively around you. Hair adjustments, lip touches, clothing smoothing, these aren't signs of vanity. They're what researchers call grooming behaviors. Her subconscious is saying, make sure everything looks perfect because he might be looking. Here's where I need to tell you about something that's been helping guys like you decode these signals even better. It's called the 25 Forbidden Signals She's Secretly Into You cheat sheet, and it's basically a playbook for reading women like a pro. These are the micro signals most guys overlook. The lip flash, the exit door hover, the hair twirl that isn't just fidgeting. Hit the link in the description and grab it now. Total game changer. But back to grooming behaviors. Studies show that both men and women unconsciously preen when attracted to someone. The difference is women's grooming tends to be more subtle and frequent. A quick hair flip, touching her neck, adjusting her shirt. These micro movements happen because her brain is running an automatic attractiveness check when you're around. The key is noticing when these behaviors spike. If she's constantly adjusting herself specifically when you're in her vicinity, her body is betraying her interest, even if her words aren't. The third sign, the one I mentioned you can't miss, is she perks up when you walk in. You weren't there, she was calm and mellow. Then you arrive, and suddenly there's an energy shift. Her voice gets more animated, her gestures become more expressive, maybe she laughs a little louder or sits up straighter. This immediate energy change is what psychologists call arousal synchronization. When we're attracted to someone, their presence literally elevates our physiological state. Heart rate increases, dopamine releases, and that internal excitement manifests as external animation. Most men don't connect their arrival with her sudden burst of energy, but the timing is everything. If she consistently becomes more vibrant, specifically when you show up, her nervous system is responding to your presence in a way that indicates traction. The second sign is she tracks your presence even when pretending not to. You catch her looking, then suddenly she's intensely focused on her phone or staring at something fascinating across the room. That quick redirect isn't rejection. It's what happens when someone gets caught in the act of checking you out. Here's the psychology. She's experiencing what researchers call approach avoidance conflict. She wants to look at you because she's attracted, but she doesn't want to appear too obvious or desperate. So she steals glances when she thinks she won't notice, and quickly looks away when eye contact happens. Studies on attraction show that people spend significantly more time looking at individuals they find appealing. If you keep catching her in these moments of redirected attention, her behavior is revealing her interest even as she tries to hide it. The number one silent sign she's into you is her eyes do the talking from afar. Eye contact that lasts just a beat too long, or the opposite. She looks away so quickly it's almost startling. Both responses indicate the same thing. You're having an emotional impact on her. Extended eye contact triggers the release of phenylethylamine, the same chemical associated with falling in love. When a woman holds your gaze longer than socially necessary, she's creating an intimate moment without words. Her brain is essentially saying, "I want to connect with you." The rapid look-away response is equally telling. It happens when attraction creates overwhelming nervous energy. She wants to look at you, but the intensity of the attraction makes sustained eye contact feel too vulnerable or revealing. Neuroscience research shows that mutual gaze activates the brain's reward system in ways that mimic early-stage romantic attachment. Whether she's holding the stare or breaking it quickly, strong eye contact reactions indicate that you're triggering something deeper than casual interest. If you're starting to notice these subtle signals, your next move is critical. Because once a woman's into you, the real test is how you handle her behavior when the respect isn't there. My next video breaks down 8 ways to handle women who don't respect you, and trust me, number 2 is the mindset shift that separates men who get walked on from the ones who get pursued. Watch that next, it completes the picture.